All right, what is going on, guys? Hope you are well. Welcome back to, let me make sure that that is correct. But welcome back to another episode of Why Not Me. And today, I thought I'd film because I'm doing a practice peak. A little bit more food going in today. You're joining me as I'm basically eating my meal number one or first meal of the day because I'm in a bit of a rush. Meal number one is 120 grams of ground rice, 30 grams of whey. We have 100 grams of blueberries, 20 grams of almond butter, two slices of toast, 30 grams of jam. Basically decided to do a practice peak. I've done one before, which was a rapid backload. This time it's going to be a backload. So I'm going to do two loading days and have like a wash off day. Over the course of those 3 days, just monitor my body weight, just see where I look best after loading. Reason being is I'm pretty much done for fat loss with this first show, which is, by the way, in 17 days. I don't need to push anymore. I've also got to bear in mind this is the first show of the season. I've got another show after this 5 weeks after, right? So if I just run myself into the ground or pull too hard now, it's gonna make the season or the rest of the season a lot tougher to kind of maintain myself. So very happy with the condition. I've never been in this shape before in my life. So yeah, I'm happy. It's just now a case of just seeing what strategy I'm kind of thinking about using for the first show. I have a feeling that this strategy will be a lot better, but we'll see. That is the plan of action. I have to go to another job today, which, by the way, I have some exciting news. I'll get into that a little bit later, but I've got another job to get to today, and I'll be there until 4 p.m. So I've got to take a meal with me, and then I'll finish the rest of the eating, obviously, once I'm back. But I'll have just one meal at that job, come back, eat my final 3 meals of the day, and then go from there. So, first meal about to go down. I'll see you in a little while. All right, what's going on? We're back. We are back from the shift. So, I now have just 2 shifts left at this place, which is good. And then I'll be full time, which is exciting. Um, just before moving to Manchester, I had to pick up another job because it was tough with coaching. And 2024 was just a pretty tough year. And then essentially from that point on, from like 2025, it was basically like an ultimatum where it's like, you got to make coaching work or you've got to find something else. And yeah, this year's been really, really good so far. And one of the goals for myself this year was to be completely full time. It's obviously not something that I've spoken about a lot on social media. I haven't mentioned frequently that I had another job. Maybe there's probably people that think that I already was a full time online coach. And there was a period of time when I'd left Pure Gym, and I was, but it just wasn't manageable for me at that time, and things were kind of getting worse. So I needed to pick up more work, right? And I think the message here as well is like if you're starting out with coaching and you need to work, like you haven't got enough clients, don't feel too much pride to not get another job or do what you got to do to make ends meet. And also, this isn't to say that like you're going to go through tough periods of time when you're trying to build a business or just go self-employed or whatever your setup is, right? If you're not relying on that kind of stability, there's always going to be stress. And just because I'm now leaving this job, it doesn't mean that there's not going to be difficult times in the future. So again, that's really important to remember. Don't get, just because I'm going through this process now where I'm like, oh, I can finally go full time, it doesn't mean that your foot can come off the gas and like you've made it, because you haven't. Like there's always going to be peaks and troughs, right? So, but yeah, I'm really excited to go full time and honestly just be able to full send it with coaching more so than what I have been, and just be a better coach as well. But whilst I was at that job, I had meal number two, which was 400 and my God, 410 grams of rice, cooked weight, 30 grams of raisins, 150 grams of raw weight mince. So protein's a little bit down today because we are doing like a practice loading day. No need for me to have protein super high. And then I also had 2 squares bars, cornflake ones, and I believe that was the meal. So yeah, that was good, but I feel like the food is quite literally just running through me. I've obviously had 2 meals already today, and My body weight is only up like 0.3 kilos since this morning. I have also been moving a decent amount, which isn't ideal, but yeah, I'm eating and there's just zero change in my stomach. And after the first meal, there wasn't really any signs of fullness, even with drinking a decent amount of water. So this is kind of making me think, I don't know if the rapid backload would be a wise idea for me, because I do feel like I'd probably need multiple days of loading, like 2 or 3 days. But we'll see. Tomorrow I'll be doing the same thing. So today's going to be 750 grams of carbs total. I'll do the same thing tomorrow. So it'll be 1500 grams of carbs total. And then after that, throughout that loading day tomorrow, I'll also just be assessing the look at different body weights, which I'll be able to do because I'll be at home throughout the day. So yeah, anyway, this meal is a little bit wacky. Well, not even wacky, just not the normal planned meal because we're low on food in the house. It's a food shop day tomorrow. If you know, you know, Friday. So we're low on certain foods. So this meal is 4 bacon medallions, 1 whole bagel, sesame, 1 whole egg, 100 grams of ground rice, 20 grams of honey, and 15 grams of almond butter. Just for this meal. I'm super hungry. But this is meal number 3. Once I've done this, it will literally just be now just some client work, just at the desk for like a couple of hours, and really just trying to just not move as much the rest of the day, just chill out and let the food do its thing. Because obviously when I actually do compete and I go through the process of loading food, I'm not going to be walking around. Like, you don't want to do that. You don't want to be loading carbs, but then doing 10,000, 12,000, 15,000 steps. It's there was a great analogy that I heard the other day. Damn, what was it? Was, I think it was from Phil Viz and someone else. It was on like a podcast. Like, if you load up your car on diesel or petrol, and then all you're trying to do is like, you don't want to use that fuel. You basically want to just push the car. You don't even want to like turn the engine on. You just literally want to pull the handbrake off and like just roll the car. And that's kind of what you want to do to show day until you get on stage. If you just obviously use all that fuel that you just put in, you're going to be empty by the time you get to show day. So you want to make sure that you're actually using the food to get fuller. Anyway, I'm going to eat this meal, do some work, and then I'll show you meal number 4.
Oh, it's still on. Welcome back to the vlog.
Okay, so we're going to go into meal number 4 of the day, which is we're using egg whites instead of chicken because we're run out of chicken. And I'm not going to buy chicken before our food shop. So we're just going with egg whites instead of chicken with the rice that we're going to have. We've also got 2 pieces of toast as well. Bryony sent me a photo today of what did you have in your sandwich? And you know, the butter. I realized like I actually just want toast with butter. I just want yeah. Oh, it looks so good. No, you get very weird cravings in the diet. Most of the work is done today. We just have to upload a YouTube short, which is already ready to go. But yeah, got back to all the clients. They sent over their training clips. So just reviewed their sessions. I've had quite a few new people start, and one of the most important things is making sure that there isn't a huge discrepancy between what I expect from the programming and what they expect from the programming. Because when you send over something online, they might look at it and be like, oh, this is how I interpreted this. And then they send it over to me and I'm just like, no, like what's going on here? So yeah, making sure that that's all in tune. And yeah, just this and then one more meal. I don't know how I'm gonna. The final meal is a bit sticky because it's oats. It's supposed to be 125 grams. I think I only have like maybe 40, 50 grams of oats. And we haven't really got much bread left. So we got Rice Krispies, but there's only about, I think there's only about 60 grams. I might mix the Rice Krispies into the oats. What do you think? Yeah. Rice Krispies and oats coming up. But let me. With some honey, I think that could actually work quite well. That could work. All right, so rice is 380 grams. Cooked weight, so a little bit less than earlier. But then obviously we got 2 slices of bread as well with jam. I think it's 20 grams of jam. Yeah, 20 grams of jam. What have you got? You got 1 jacket potato, half a tin of beans, about 500 grams of cheese. So yeah, this is the meal 4, which is 300 mil of egg whites. We've got 380 grams of cooked weight rice and 2 slices of bread with 20 grams of jam. Old school with it. Egg whites, jam and bread. Zero veg. It's got no butter.
All the edges with nothing on it.
It's alright. Yeah, no veg really. Carving up. I said this before, but I feel like it just bloats you too much, especially when you're eating a lot of food. I don't need loads of broccoli or, do you know what I mean? Have I had fruit today? Yeah, I had blueberries today. So there's some micronutrition in there, but yeah, no veg on high days. Also no cardio, obviously. So yeah, 1 more meal to go. But do you think this meal looks good?
What are them bits? That's awful. It's the crispy bit.
Crispy egg whites.
It's like egg fried rice, I guess.
Exactly, yeah.
No meat.
No,
Literally just egg.
just eggs. It's egg fried rice.
That's so
Just a
weird.
bowl of egg
Never
fried
eat
rice.
just-
Vegetarian. Yeah.
Cool.
Good evening, good evening. Time for the last meal of the day. Just got back from co-op because Ryan wanted some cookies.
Cookies?
No, she got some crisps. She was craving some crisps. I'm just gonna make another weird concoction and just wait until the food shop. So, yeah, last meal about to go down. So we have, for the protein sources, we've got Greek yogurt and we've got bacon medallions. So 2 medallions and 100 grams of Greek yogurt. Luckily, I don't need that much protein because it is a high day or loading day. So yeah, typically with this oats meal, I would have 60 grams of whey, but I don't need that today. And I have no whey left. So yeah, 2 bacon medallions, 100 grams of Greek yogurt. We've also got 70 grams of oats, 40 grams of Rice Krispies, which is going to be mixed into the oats, and then 15 grams of almond butter, 30 grams of raisins. That is going to be the final meal of today. Like, ideally, I would want to have pretty consistent meals and meals that I would normally have. I'm not the biggest fan of like macro swapping and that sort of thing. I don't normally do it. It's not something that I'm averse to with clients. But for me personally, I like to have that consistency and have those meals set. But it is what it is. It's all good. Food is food when it's food like this, right? So yeah, anyway. Yesterday I also booked my second competition of the season, which will be on the 6th of September, which will be the BMBF regional, so the BMBF Northern. First time I've done the BMBF Northern. I've done the BMBF Midlands in 2023. I won the heavyweight class at the Midlands and lost out in the overall to Sam Lowe at the BMBF Midlands, who was the middleweight winner. And I remember that middleweight class 2 years ago was wild. Sam, they had Nathan in there as well, and there was a few guys in that class, and it was a wild class. Then I had the heavyweight class, which was pretty good. It was a pretty decent look a couple of years ago, but looking back at photos, the difference in condition this year is, yeah, it's pretty bad. So I signed up to that yesterday, and I also had to order in some new tan, get a mitt, which I'm not looking forward to. That whole process of prep for me is just so boring. Just shaving. Luckily, I don't have a lot of body hair, but the process of shaving, applying the tans, it's just so boring to me. So boring. But it's necessary, right? Like, you gotta do it. You got to do it. Although there was a guy recently on Instagram. I don't know if he was doing like some kind of protest or something, but he was just not shaven, no tan, just like he'd basically got out of bed and just got on a bodybuilding stage. I think his physique was actually pretty good, but I don't know, he just didn't apply any tan, would like adjust his look at all. So, um, yeah, but entered into BNBF, got some tan. I also need to enter into the WMBF show, which will be on the 13th of September. One of like somewhere around there, basically. I think it's exactly a week after the BNBF show. And also, Brian and I are going to Italy. I'm going to be competing in Italy this year. If the BNBF Northern goes really well, a goal of mine has been to compete internationally this year. So I'll be going over there to try and get my DFAC Pro card. If I go to the WMBF though, and I win my Pro card there, Italy would more so just be like a holiday more than anything else, to be honest. It just really depends on obviously how the shows go through September. But yeah, it's a long old season. But my season will be done latest 28th of September. So once I get into September, it will move pretty quick. So yeah. Anyway, oats. Tomorrow I plan on doing the same thing with food as I said. I think during my last meal. So it'll be another 750 grams of carbs going in. Because I'll be at home all day, just working from home, training, I'll be able to monitor my look and see how things are changing on the scale. We'll obviously see how I look when I wake up tomorrow morning. I feel a little bit fuller this evening, but I still feel like the food is going through me pretty quickly. But it is what it is, man. Also, we are on the last episode of Squid Game, I think. I think it's the last one. So we're gonna watch that before I head to bed. It's an early morning for me because I got to check in with myself, and then I'm also gonna train before we go for the food shop in the morning. So yeah, busy one tomorrow, but it's gonna be a good day. You know what I should have done with these oats? I should have put these with some milk because I'm not going to be using whey for like milk. Well, I guess the Greek yogurt will help it actually. Just give it some flavour. I'm probably also going to add in actually some sweetener. Probably add in a couple of these because oats are going to be damn plain. But I should be getting my whey protein tomorrow. Also, started working with Full Bore Sports, which is essentially a supplement brand or company that distributes all kinds of different brands of supplements. So your HR Labs, your Strom, your Beast Farm, your Trained by JP, Naughty Boy, all of those world-class brands, they stock them up. So it's not just one brand, but they only stock the highest quality brands. I think they're mostly UK brands. I think they are all UK brands. So if you want to get yourself some supplements, protein, pre-workout, all that good stuff, use my code Elliot, ELLIOT, at the checkout and you'll get 10% off on your order. So I'll put the link in the description below. Yeah, it's been a while since I've had oats with no whey. No way. But 2 sweeteners going in. And then we've got 100 grams of Greek yogurt to add to that as well. And then we'll just mix that in. I guess it will give it a bit more of a creamy texture. That's perfect. To be fair, that actually looks and smells pretty good. I might put that back in the... It's pretty good. But everything tastes good. And we got raisins, really good for carving up. If you're in an off season as well, probably a good idea. This is like preppers taught me that I will definitely be using a lot more of these in the off season. Just easy carbs. But yeah, 30 grams of raisins going in here. And then we've also got the almond butter. Honestly, that's really good. You know what's missing though? It's missing honey. It's missing that like sweetness. Do you know what this looks like? This looks like one of those like first timer bodybuilder concoctions. You know, when you do your first competition and you experience that hunger for the first time and you just start making weird food. That's exactly what this looks like. But I'm only doing it because I ain't got nothing else in my house, you know. You got no food. Let me show you what this looks like. Can't forget the cinnamon. So we're gonna call it the first timers bowl. Let's see. Look at that. So we have, I've got 70 grams of oats. We've got 100 grams of Greek yogurt, 40 grams of Rice Krispies, 30 raisins, 15 almond butter. We have a couple of sweeteners in there. We got 2 bacon medallions, and I believe that is it. So, final meal of the day going in. Get this down, head to bed, finish off this water as well. Had about just over 6 liters today in terms of water, which is a little bit more than my typical rest day. So yeah, we'll obviously see how we look tomorrow morning. But hope you enjoyed the video. Leave a like, comment, make sure you subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you for the next one.